Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right with you.
Let's go, girls.
We will be right with you. Welcome to Coffee and Tea.
And you and me. Scream and shout. The best thing about being a woman, I can't find it. Oh, cool. Got it. Good to go.
Welcome to Coffee and Tea. You and me. Woo!
What's good?
How y'all doing?
Welcome to Coffee and Tea. You and me.
Hold up, y'all.
You gotta go turn down that volume. So welcome back, folks. Today's conversation is going to be quite interesting, and it's all about self-care from head to toe. And so we do want to hear from you guys. We want to hear your comments, your feedback. So as Nicole would say,
drop it like it's hot.
Yeah. Give us a heart, thumbs up. Let us know what you're thinking. What do you do for self-care, and how do you manage your well-being, whether you're stressed, anxious, angry, or even if you're in a place of peace and relaxation.
I do want to say today, I mean, every day is a safe space, but today is definitely a safe space just because of the topic. And this topic is really for the women and about self-care mentally, physically, with the vaginal area, and energetically. So I'm just going to throw that out there. But guys, tune in because it's important for you to know what we go through.
And then some. So listen, dear heart, how was your week?
Hold up. My week was a little up and down, mainly because, I've been stressing a specific situation greatly, especially with everything going on. And I got some amazingly awesome, fantastic, wonderful news that is not going to be exposed for another 13 days. But
I know what that is.
You almost didn't know what that was. But in 13 days, there'll be a surprise on my Facebook Live at probably 4:30. Yeah, 4:30 in the morning, my time. So there's that, and I'm super uber.
That's me opening up my eyes and waking up in the morning.
I don't know. I'm used to waking up at 4 now. But yeah, I am like uberly excited. What's up, Brian? Oh, hush your face. Yes, you know what it is.
No telling.
There's a very few that know what it is. So I got some exciting news. And then yesterday I was on like cloud 10. I was working on homework. I was doing good because I'm still really behind. And then somebody managed to piss me off. And let me tell you, it takes a lot to get me in the space of being legitimately angry. Like, I mean, there's moments where I get upset and 10 minutes later I'm over it, But to get me in a space where I am full, what I say, wolf mode, where I go from cute and adorable to what?
What's in your hand?
This is my, hold up. What is it? Okay. This is actually my stress ball for the Veteran Crisis Hotline.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I got this when that and my bracelet when I enrolled at the VA hospital.
Gotcha. I thought that was egg incognito.
No eggs.
But go ahead. You were angry.
Brian says it was 20 words that pissed you off yesterday. Yes, it was 20 words that pissed me off yesterday. And Brian was actually the one I reached out to because he knows how to calm me down. So, So there's a few things I don't tolerate. It's ignorance and the lack of knowledge, which we're all ignorant in some way, shape, or form to various topics. But when it comes to suicide and suicide awareness, and that area, to me, that's not something to joke about. It's not something that's funny. It's not something that I take lightly in any way, shape, or form, especially since I've been an inpatient twice. And when it comes to veterans, especially combat veterans who have been overseas to fight for your rights as an American individual, and you have the ignorance or the you post something so ignorant to say when I'm doing push-ups and trying to get the knowledge and awareness out there about mental illness and about what happens. It pisses me off. It sends me, I go from 0 to 60 in less than a half a second. And when I get there, it's damn near impossible to calm me down. I need my space. I don't, I'll call my buddies and try and get calm. But even then I had to detach and say, I'll talk to you later because I just need to be in my own space right now. So yeah, that happened. And then I tried to watch a movie with the kids, and because I expended so much energy being angry, which is why I do my best not to get angry, I made it 10 minutes in and it was like 9 something. And I'm like, I'm going to bed because I was like,
so, and I know you probably know this, 2 minutes of anger drops your immune system for 6 hours.
That's why I don't get angry. Well, I don't allow things to affect my energy and my space, but when it's something I'm very passionate about, I go there in a heartbeat, less than a half a heartbeat. So yeah, that was yesterday. But so now instead of having half my homework done yesterday and half of it done today, I'm now on chapter 2 because chapter 1 got done, and yet chapter 3 is due tomorrow. So I'm just 5 assignments and 1 test due by tomorrow. I'm so late. Yeah, I'm gonna be a typing machine. Barb says, "Love you."
You're gonna be like this, like that cat going like that.
The best part is when that ADD kicks in, and I'm like, "Oh, cool! I wrote a sentence. I'm gonna get up and go do something." 0 mental focus. When it's something I want to do, I can sit all day. When it's something like environmental science and I had to do a lab and then, you have to write about it and do math. Who the hell maths? I hate math. And then you have to write, like, my papers are like 7 to 10 pages. I like lose focus so fast. I'm like, write a sentence and I'm gone. There's nothing can keep me on track. And this sucks so bad, but I want my degree, so I'm gonna muddle through it. Someone is not. It's like high school all over again. Yeah. Anyway, Barb says, "Love you, ladies. This is going. Oh, she's gonna watch it later. Congratulations. Good luck and everything. Don't know. I'm excited. I love you both. You're both amazing. Awesome. Yes.
Thank you. Mwah.
Yes, Brian, it is like high school all over again. 0 focus. It's just like, we're going to get through this, and I'm doing my best to get through it with all B's and above. Last class, philosophy, was not so good, but I passed. So I'm trying to finish with a C or a B. Sorry. Anyway, how was your week before I go on and on about something I'm not focused on?
Yeah. So my week was, I would say if I were to average the week out and grade it on the scale of 1 to 10, the week was a 9. And a lot of that has to do with just refocusing and keeping myself centered. I've started taking yoga and Tai Chi classes from Brain and Body Yoga, which is where this device kind of originated from, which we'll get into later. And I'm just
the OPEC pusher.
My energizer. And so it's been a week of really looking at not looking at, but people, places, things that have been in my life that no longer serve my purpose right now. You know, I've had to be at that place where it's like, okay, I need to cut you out, even if it's for a moment of time. I need to cut you out because this is affecting my health and it's affecting my energy. And I'm no longer going to give permission for that. And so it's been, even though it's been freeing and it's been really good, it's also been really tough to make those tough decisions, because if you want to grow and move forward into what you're passionate about or what you want in life, it's kind of like you kind of have to, it's like sloughing dead skin off your body. You have to slough the dead skin off in order for your skin to show up and shine. Well, the same thing with relationships. It's kind of like sloughing off the relationships that don't support or serve you. So you actually have more freedom to invite people who can do that and who will do that, or the situations and opportunities will flow your way if you clear out some of the old stuff. It's kind of like cleaning out the closet, so to speak, or cleaning out your sock drawer.
I completely understand where you're coming from with that.
Yeah. Why is that?
Well, you know, I've only had 2 actual relationships as an adult, and, you know, both I held on to for entirely too long. And the most recent one, you know, people who know me know that I send funny pictures. It's just what I do. If somebody feels like crap, I send like stupid pictures. And, you know, everyone laughed of my friends. And then this individual said, "Ew, ugly MFer." And I'm like, oh, okay, that's how you feel after 3 years of being together. So I was like, you know, this isn't going to work anymore. And, you know, intellectually speaking, there was no challenge there. And I require an intellectual challenge because I'm constantly going, my mind's constantly going. So cutting him out allowed growth and opportunity and healing for me, but growth and opportunity to allow something better.
Yeah.
Not that it was wrong. It just wasn't right for me and where I want to be.
Right. Yeah. And sometimes those decisions aren't easy ones to make, but and those of you who are out there, I think all of us have had those experiences where we've had certain people we've had to cut out, whether it be permanently or whether it be temporarily. So our hearts can heal, or so we can go to that other growth plate, or it could be a host of reasons. And then in the other side of that, it's like so much greatness and great things have actually happened this week. Our practices, I wasn't sure how it was going to go with us coming back to open up after being in quarantine and things like that. But I'm still seeing more clients virtually. More clients are coming in, new clients. Even on my meditation program, Meditation by Design on Friday night, we had a lot of new people on, and people starting to book appointments from that, which is super, super great. I just love that I get the opportunity to do a lot of the work that I do and really make that kind of a difference for people. This last Friday night was on the third eye, or the ajna, which includes your brain function and how everything functions, how you receive your information, and then how it processes it. And so when I do that when I do any of the meditations, there's music that runs on frequency to enhance the healing of the meditation. And then there's a part where we pull cards, and then there's a part where we actually talk about when the third eye or the pineal gland or the hypothalamus is out of balance, what is it that shows up in your life? Like, how does that reflect in being out of balance? And then when it is balanced, what can you expect to happen? So I love those meditations. And it's so funny because when my clients come in, they're like, you know, I listen to it, I do my journaling, I do the work when I'm with you, and then I'll watch it again, and then I'll end up falling asleep on the floor or the sofa or wherever they're at. And it's amazing to hear their stories on their healing experience from that. So that was a good portion of my week last week. And then thinking of, like we were talking about what our next show was going to be on, and then talking about self-care and what does self-care look like? And it's so different for different people. And so
on top of release and tension release, which we'll get into later, which is a little PG-13-ish.
We'll keep it clean. So what are some of the things that you do for self-care that you would like to share before you choke on your water?
It's sugar-free lemonade. Thank you. So, in a space of anger, which I don't get into often, but I constantly talk about being mindful and then stepping that space of love and acceptance and stepping into your power. For me, yesterday, I knew I was pissed. I knew I needed to reach out to a buddy, which I did, and tried to focus on my schoolwork and was a raging typist. So I got like half of it done. And then after 3 hours, I was still, I'm not sure how you are, but I am a crying angry. So despite the fact I have rage inside of me and have the look that can kill and have the skills to,
you must be your mother's daughter.
Maybe just a little. And these hands will fly. They will fly. Not often, but they will when provoked. But being in that space of angry, I knew where I was. And 3 hours later, I was messaging my buddy. I'm like, dude, why am I still crying? Why am I still shaking? And, he had to bring it to me that, we signed an oath to serve and protect. And, it's heartbreaking when you're fighting for something and you're fighting for the knowledge of something, and that your brothers and sisters in arms are committing suicide. That you've been inpatient twice for suicide due to military sexual assault and other things that have occurred. And then somebody makes a jackass comment, that just set me off. So I knew in that moment, I was mindful enough to know why I was the way I was at first. But I didn't understand why I was holding on to that energy hours later and didn't know how to, he was like, well, how do we shift that? I said, honestly, dude, I have no freaking idea. Because it takes me so long to get in that space, and I'm a very patient individual, and I understand where a lot of people are coming from. But like I said earlier, there are very few things that just send me 0 to 60. So for self-care in that moment, I had to detach. I had to just stop talking to everybody. I put on some music that for me gets set a few off. What? I got Brian, elaborate. I got in that.
And Jennifer says hi. She's watching. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi. I got in that space of putting on music, the music that it's enraging, but it calms me down, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So like rock or rap, or for me, Eminem, or basically stuff I can scream to. What's up, Jennifer? And kind of get that aggression out that's needed to get out, especially because I don't have, my nearest punching bag is 25 minutes away. So I couldn't like hop in the car after it just wasn't happening.
And you do have a pillow, Or would there be stuffing flying all over the place?
I can't ground and pound a pillow, Mom. I need like some pushback, okay? It's not a skull, but I mean, it'll do. So, and then reaching back out and just saying, I tried to watch a movie, trying to suicide. Oh, yeah, set off a few triggers. Brian said joking about suicide of our brothers and sisters. Yeah. So that was my trigger. But then I was like, okay.
And then Jennifer says, I'm a music person too. That definitely plays a role in my self-care.
Yeah, most definitely. So I then decided at like 9, I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch a movie with the kids. And, being the childlike energy I am, I'm like, The Frog and the Prince. Come on, Tiana, let's go.
Are you serious?
Dead serious. That's where I go. I go to Disney. I'm upset. I go to Disney. I have no shame in admitting that, okay? So, there's no shame in my game. So I put it on 10 minutes later. The anger had drained me so much. I just went to bed. Like, screw the homework, screw everything else. I just went to bed. So that was my self-care for when I'm angry, is pretty much detach from, try and talk with somebody, but if I'm still unable to calm down, I just need to detach from everything and everyone. It's what I need to do for me, and just kind of scream it out.
Yeah.
So how about you?
Oh, dear Lord.
Brian said, yes, she is dead serious. He has to deal with me, so that's what you get for being my brother.
Yeah, well, the apple is still attached to the tree. So, like, when I'm in that space, I will either laugh hysterically and start crying, or I'll just start sobbing and crying. And then whatever comes out is whatever comes out. And whoever's in front of me, I feel sorry for you.
If I'm laughing when I'm angry, you better freaking run and run fast, because something bad is coming.
The storm. So self-care. So I'm big on, most of y'all know that I'm big on essential oils and nutrition, and taking care of your inside of the body as taking care of the outside of the body. And there are times I do really, really good with that, and there are times I don't do so good with that. Lately, though, this week, and I've had matcha, the Japanese matcha that they use for ceremonial purposes, which is the most expensive stuff. I've had that, but I really struggle with the taste of that. So I have a new love in my life, and he is called oat milk. OAT milk.
Oat milk. Ew.
Oat milk. Oh, so delicious.
I drink macadamia nut milk.
I haven't had that yet.
It's good.
So I guess I'll have to try it. So I thought this one afternoon, it's like, I'm just going to make up myself some matcha. I haven't had any coffee today. And I'm telling you guys, I love my oat milk lattes first thing in the morning. It's my guilty pleasure. And so I decided, it's like, okay, I need a little more energy right now. And I'm feeling a little bit, I need to pick me up. So I'm making my matcha, because you have a porcelain bowl and you put your matcha in, and then you have your bamboo whisk that you whisk it up and it gets a little foamy.
So while you're doing that, do you say matcha, matcha man?
Maybe I should, but I'm really just in a space of gratitude. And I'm like, I don't want to just choke this down. So, and I just so happen to have a carton of oat milk in my refrigerator. So I heated that up and poured the matcha in my oat milk, and it was heaven in a glass. Oh my God, it was so good. And I'm like, okay, I can do this every morning. And I love that matcha not only is good for the body, it's great for the immune system. It's high in antioxidants. It's great for heart health, helps boost the energy, is great for liver support, kidney support, which is just the opposite of caffeine. Caffeine, I don't even care if it's organic, it's still a toxin. It's hard on your kidneys and is hard on your immune system. So in this time that we're actually looking at people being sick, is how do you keep your immune system strong and happy? Well, I found my happy juice. I'm so excited.
My happy juice is still coffee. I don't care.
So
me without coffee is.
Well, but you haven't tried this yet. So until you try it, don't knock it. So, so that was one of my new self-care things. My other self-care thing is, of course, meditation, my meditation time, which can be anywhere from 5 minutes to a half an hour daily. And I absolutely love my meditation nights on Friday nights, meditation by design, because that's kind of my way of giving back to you guys. And
Brian says he loves his Mountain Dew. Ew.
That stuff is nasty.
Horrible.
Oh my God.
That's like, though, but horrible.
Hi, Nancy. Oh, Jennifer says same. I have to have my coffee, or my sister says I'm grumpy with my kids. Agree as well.
Thank you, Team Jennifer. Woo!
So, and then I've been doing more of, I've taken online classes from Brain and Body Yoga, and that has been really, really great for, it's like a combination of yoga and Tai Chi and different movements that has been really, really calming. It calms the nervous system, and it's just been a great way for self-care for me. I didn't even think I would like it. I didn't even think I'd want to do anything online. In fact, I, up until this last week, refused to do anything online because I just thought, well, how boring is that going to be? And I'm not going to want to do it.
Sounds like my class.
But the difference is I'm actually loving this. And then the other thing, as we work from the waist down, one of the areas of the body that needs, you look at the foundation of your body, and this is where a lot of self-care.
Jennifer says she loves Master Tai Chi.
Yeah. Okay, you'll have to let me know where Master.
How about leg wax? Nancy says, how about leg waxing? We're working our way down, Nancy. Right now we're going to the sacral chakra and the root chakra and the importance of the vagina.
Hey, let's just hit it.
I can't. No. Oh my God. I tried
waxing.
Hurts. Waxing hurts. End of story. Oh, I just spit. Waxing hurts.
It's so funny. The girl who does my waxing, she says, Shelly, it's the only time I hear you use the F word.
I jumped off the table once. I almost punched my friend in the face. I was like, this is not, I will stick to my razor. Thank you. No, it's not okay. What we go through is not okay.
Okay, guys, did you hear that?
It's not okay.
Yes, we're talking to you.
I got halfway done. I'm like, I'm done. I will shave the rest. Stop. She's like, there's still wax on you. I'm like, I don't give a damn. I'm done. This shit hurts.
Yeah, that ain't no joke. I love there was it Hannah Ann's show on The Bachelor, and she was having them go through the waxing, like they were getting their chest waxed and maybe some lower parts, and these guys are crying like babies.
Yeah, because it hurts. Nancy says, I've been doing it for 25 years. No, you are a warrior. You are an absolute warrior. Because hell no. Anyway.
So I'm
root chakra and sacral chakra. We're working our way down. We're in the midsection. What are you waxing anyway? Your legs?
Okay, so since we're on this topic,
we're skipping that one.
How many of you know about the V-steam? The V-steam.
As in your vaginal.
JJ steam.
Vaginal.
Like you go to.
Not that you're sweating and it's like hot and musty, but like medicine.
Steam with herbs. Is anybody familiar with that? I'm checking it out.
Vaginal.
So, all right, let's talk about the root chakra. And because it's the root chakra and solar plexus, not sacral chakra, that usually has to deal.
Cold Persian wax.
Oh, I never heard of that. Okay.
I'm done with my waxing experiences.
Well, I will check that out for other things. So, all right. So we're going to talk about V-steam, yoni eggs, healing traumatic I can't even talk.
Sexual trauma.
Well, and it doesn't necessarily have to be sexual. It could be maybe there was a birthing process that was traumatic, and
there were 3 birthing processes that were traumatic.
Yeah, and so when you look at the root chakra, when there's a break in the chakra or when there's been trauma to the root, which would be from the pubis bone all the way up to, we'll say, the belly button. You have all those organs inside your uterus and large intestine, small intestine, the vaginal wall, and all of that. And when those of us ladies who have had babies, the Our bladder also then begins to have issues like, bladder leakage and, like you see.
Basically, mom bladder. When you sneeze and you got to cross your legs because you piss all over yourself. That's what happens.
Hey.
Mom bladder. Or laugh too hard. Oh my God. I have a funny work story, but I'm not saying it.
Okay. So some of the things that you can do, and you can look it up on Amazon. I can't wait for King Spa to open up because they have the V-Steam they offer there. And in fact, we should just check and see if they're even open. They might be just taking limited amounts of people. The herbs in the water that's been boiled, that steams up, you're sitting in like
a throne, as you described it.
Yeah, like a throne with a blanket over you so that the steam stays within. And there's different specific herbs to help to tighten the pelvic floor and tighten the vaginal walls and tighten up the uterus, all your internal organs. I don't know how often you can do that, but I hear from my clients that makes such an enormous difference. And I had a client come in, like some of the things I talk about are things that I hit conversations I'm having with clients, right? And so they may have different experience in life than I do. And so they were just talking about how freeing it was to have the V-Steam and how liberating it was. And they just felt lighter. And it's a way to heal some of the traumas that we've been through. And then there's this thing called, do you guys know what a yoni egg is? Let me see a thumbs up or a something if you know what a yoni egg is.
I know what the yoni egg is.
Yeah.
Because I saw some movie star promoting it. But how about your H2O colon hydrotherapy treatments? That's a form of self-care. Yes, it is a form of self-care.
It certainly is.
Yeah, so the yoni egg, which is made up of various crystals for different healings, it's inserted into, the women's space. Yep, that one. And you can talk on that one because nope.
So the egg actually looks like an egg. It comes in small, medium, and large. And they say to start with the medium one and see how you do. And you can get one with...
It's bigger than a tampon, is it not?
Well, I actually happen to have one here.
Of course you do, because why not?
So this...
Why the hell not?
This is a yoni egg. A lot of people don't know about it, Shelly. Okay, I'll give you as much education as I can. It can come with a string or without a string, but once used, then you can use like dental floss as a string. But you want to insert this vaginally and you hold it in, and what it does is it helps to strengthen the muscle. But it comes in, mine is obsidian, comes in rose quartz, jade, and probably some other stones. But for someone who's a beginner, maybe you haven't done a lot of trauma work or a lot of work with healing your pelvic floor, you'll want to start with the rose quartz because it's a gentler healer than obsidian is, like getting the scouring pad out and, on an energetic level and absorbing a lot of the negative energies. But what can come up emotionally is those shocks and trauma. So you have to really be ready to deal with those things. And then there's the jade one I hear is like from my clients is the one that they like the most. And then they have other tools that you can do to help to heal it. So you can just Google, love YouTube, go Google it, and it'll give you all the information you want to know and more.
Okay, but how does sticking a crystal up your vagina help you heal?
Well, if you know anything about crystals bring healing at different levels, which is why there's different crystals based on the level or what you want.
I'm so nauseous right now. You have no idea.
I'm just looking at Nancy. Nancy, I can't tell if you're laughing or crying.
Yeah, no, that's a winky face and a cheesing and a couple different laughter emojis. And I'm like, I'm going to barf.
So, as you know, crystals bring about healing on many different levels, and they will actually absorb. Like when you come to my practice, you'll see crystals everywhere. And in the room I do the most energy work, there's crystals that line up on the window. And yeah, that's a
Always
really
have a
pretty
crystal.
one.
Yeah.
And then there's things like this particular disc I have that it looks like chocolate, doesn't it?
I was gonna say it looks like a Reese's Pieces. Looks delicious.
No, but it's not. And it's argonite that absorbs negative energy and frequencies, because especially with the 5G and the boost of other radiation, EMFs, radio waves, and microwaves, it helps to keep your energy space clear, which when you're inserting the egg.
Nancy says, making fun of that egg. What's the procedure called? It's called sticking it in your vagina. That's what it's called.
Nicole.
I know.
Hey, Eva, thanks for joining. It's called internal healing.
Okay.
It's called internal healing.
Yep. So it sucks.
And because there's so much trauma on the inside of us when we've been through either surgeries or abuse of some kind, from the waist to, I'll say, your knees, there's different ways of healing and creating self-care for yourself. The colonics absolutely is one way. And in fact, when people get colonics, they say, wow, this is such a spiritual experience. I feel like I'm finally connecting myself to myself.
So are you supposed to combine the yoni egg with another form of healing, or how is that supposed to work? Can you do it by itself, or like, what is the, I know you said people can YouTube it and everything, but if you can give a brief synopsis of the how to, I mean, other than like, oh, you stick it up there, but like, do you work combined together with it, different forms of healing treatments, like the colonics and then like some form of therapy, or can you just do it alone? What's the process?
Well, it depends on the purpose you're doing it. So people who have had probably lots of yeast infections or bladder infections and things like that, it helps to heal the tissue so the tissue can actually heal due to the energy and the properties of the stone. And in terms of combining that with the colonics, you could do that, but you'd have to take the egg out when you have the colonic, because it's all pelvic floor and all helps to heal. And then what I really would do is, with most people, probably have them use the yoni egg in addition to having energy healing, like Reiki, healing touch, those types of services, and EFT, emotional freedom technique, and because it really helps to dig deep into, that's the tapping on meridians to clear through blockages. So that in conjunction, like a lot of my clients will do this in conjunction with, and a lot of times I don't find out later that they've even been using the yoni egg while we've been doing our energy work. So, and they were just saying how much quicker they're healing combining the both together.
Okay. So, and then going into tension release. Well, we talked a little bit about it because it's a lot of energy work, a lot of mindfulness, and working through that. So
I know you said your tension release is hitting a bag. Like you're releasing your tension by hitting the bag.
I have multiple methods of tension and release, but yeah, a killer workout is definitely one of them.
Yeah. For me, I can't do a killer workout because the killer workout would kill me. I'm physically not at that place yet.
Your level of a killer workout is not my level of killer workout, but can be done.
That would be a walk.
That's fine.
Or that would be the yoga, or the Tai Chi has been so amazing. So tension and release. So when we're looking at the root chakra and we look at tension and release, that root chakra is all about family, tribe, creativity, finances, and all of that. So when you look at what stimulates the creative seat, would sexual energy is one of the number one things that will do that for you, whether you're with your partner or you're by yourself or however you're going to plan to do that. So, Nick, what do you want to say about that?
What? What? Yeah, sexual release is good. Yeah. Brian says go hump the hills with a 75-pound kit on stress reliefs. No, because that's compacting on the lower spine. But yeah. Brian is a Navy veteran.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So yeah, sexual release is good, especially good sex, because well, I don't want no mini man. But yeah, you got to have the right partner though to kind of, yeah. And you thought I was going to be embarrassed. Am
I 50 Shades of Red?
A little bit. So I mean, you got to know what's right for you. So I think exploration and how do you say, kind of seeing what you like and what you don't like before you actually settle down. And that's where I feel like I went really, really wrong in my relationships, because I got married so young that I didn't even know who I was or what I liked or what I didn't like. That, I think it's important for somebody to understand themselves, not only mentally, physically, and spiritually, but also sexually before they get involved in a committed relationship, to see what they do and do not like.
Or find a partner who's willing to experiment and play with you.
Yeah, agreed. I'm not answering that, Brian.
What's his question?
I'm going to kill him. I'm deleting that comment. I can't delete it right now. I can. Ha! Boo to you. Ha! Boom. Behave.
Okay, Nancy. I don't know what the procedure is called, but the egg is called the yoni egg. It's YONI, and you can look that up on. I would go on YouTube and check it out. YouTube's a little more. At least there's videos to watch and gives you a little more education on it. So I just know the difference it's made for my clients and just what I've noticed myself, which I'm not going to go into details about. So, but it's been an interesting journey of looking at the different ways there are for self-care and how you can take care of yourself from the inside and the outside. So, and just like a good old scrub brush on the skin is always great too. So.
Wait, what?
A good old scrub brush is great on this, like you're slapping what did you think? Are you too busy?
Don't ask at all.
Okie dokie.
Don't ask. We're good. I had to handle something.
So what else do you guys have to say? Anything else you want to add?
Drop it. Okay.
So I'm going to say our meditations on Friday nights have been pretty amazing. And the results that, I did a little survey to see how people felt about it, what they get from it, and if out of the programs that I have, which one would they want me to keep? And they're like, definitely the meditation. I am still going to keep Shelly Live. It is going to have a different look and feel. And it'll still be Thursdays at 6 p.m.
I thought it was Friday.
Meditation by Design is Fridays at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Nancy says you guys are so funny. How about push-ups? I actually do still have to do my 22 push-ups for today.
Okay, drop them.
Yeah, I do that at my time. Jennifer says she loves your meditation.
Thank you. Yeah. And so, yeah, those are Friday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Shelly Live is Thursday nights at 6 p.m. And generally about a half an hour. Our next guest coming up is going to be Torian Richardson. And that's all I'm going to say. And you guys are just going to have to show up and see him. And then Sundays, of course, are coffee tea with Nicole and I. So we're really grateful that you guys have joined us, and look forward to the next segment. Any last words, Nicole, you want to leave everyone with?
Well, self-care is important. Mindfulness of the space that you're in is important. And not in that order. So mindfulness, self-love and care, and standing in your power and honoring your voice and your space. So that is essential. And trying not to allow yourself to get in the space of being angry. It's going to happen. We're all human, and there's going to be triggers and things that set you off. So just acknowledging where you're at and, you know, working through, have a structure that you're working through and have the right people in place that you can reach out to, because, you know, sometimes someone might not be available, or sometimes, you know, someone may not understand the space that you're in. Like I reach out to Brian because he's another veteran. So, and we've known each other since high school. So we can literally talk about anything.
Do I know who he is?
Brian, Brian, you don't know my mom, do you? I don't think so, because we were in Elmhurst at the time.
I was in Elmhurst too, you know.
Yeah, but that's when I was running around rampant. So I don't think you met Brian, but we've been friends since high school. He's a Navy veteran, so we relate a lot to each other, and we can talk to each other pretty much about anything with no holds barred. So he's kind of my go-to when it comes to being upset or different situations. And then, you know, having that spiritual talk, I'm not going to reach out to Brian because Brian's not my spiritual go-to. I have other spiritual individuals for that. When it comes to business, I'm going to go to somebody else. When it comes to, you know, guy talk, or like someone I'm crushing on, like I'm going to go talk to my female friends for that. So I always have a different set or a different group of individuals that I speak to, that I have set up as my team. You know, last week we were talking about having your team in place.
Yeah.
So I have my team in place, and each person has their role. So
Yeah. Awesome.
So have your team.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it just makes such a big difference. I wouldn't be where I'm at today if I didn't have a team of people. And now I'm looking forward to who new is going to be coming in, since I've let go some of the team, and to see what that brings. And I'm super excited about that, because at the end of the day, it's, you know, a lot about growth and development, and what spurs you on, and what encourages you, and what moves you forward, and who propels you forward, or is it that you just want somebody to agree with you all the time and have you stay where you're at? So
not the right people to have in your corner are yes men, and I'll say that time and time again, because there's no growth if all you have is yes men. So yeah, I think too, when you start to build your team, you start to realize that there are people above and beyond your experience level that can guide you to where you want to be. They're not going to give you like, here it is. Like, they're not going to hand it to you. You got to work your ass off because they've worked their ass off, but they're going to give you the tools. And as long as you're following those tools, you're going to get there. No matter what it is, whether it be meditation, business, personal life, healing, relationships, you got to know how to build and let go, like you did this week, let go of those that don't serve.
Yeah. With that being said,
Feel the way I feel.
Yeah. Hey. Thank you for joining us for Coffee and Tea. You and
me. We'll see you next Sunday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And actually, the following Sunday,
don't go there.
We're going to figure it out.
Don't go there. Later, guys. See you soon.
I almost dropped my ball.